and rule takers to understand your reactions. But we also respect your decisions. If you may want to, you may, or if you feel uncomfortable, you may turn off the video. Please do not unmute your microphone until you are told to do so. Keeping your microphone on can create unnecessary noise and interference while our speakers are on speaking mode. If you want to appreciate any speech, we practice noise-free hand-waving gestures here, and also you can clap or show thumbs up digitally. Once you get the flow to speak and unmute yourself, please don't forget to put your mobile phones on silent mode. And lastly, please refrain from talking anything about religion, politics, and sex. With that, I would like to invite our presiding officer of today's meeting to call the meeting to order, who is also the newly elected president of this club and also the area director for Area L5. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. Toastmaster Jamaluddin, would you please take the meeting forward from here? Over
Thank
to you,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Madam Secretary for your wonderful introduction and nicely starting the meeting. Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening from Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club. Today is the day that we are going to make our oath to create the history for next 1 year, because today is the first day of our new year, 2020 and 21. The benchmark was started by club last year. It is a bit challenging for new exco to hold that benchmark and carry forward. That is a challenging. Like after being chartered, within 9 months, club got distinguished, president distinguished, 10 points out of 10. And this year, the goal should be more than that. And I believe all the members will be working hard to have that goal. Not only 10 out of 10, rather higher than that, that is Golden Gavel or Hall of Fame. And I believe if you try, it is possible, and that will be possible. But that should not be the ultimate goal of this club. Rather, the goal should be to give the quality experience of our members and guests. Ultimately, members' development, those who joined our club, we should care them. We should care by giving proper mentoring so that they really can develop, can get benefited by joining this club. And it's possible because the culture we maintain in our club, that once a new member joins, we try our level best by giving mentoring support to, for their development. And that happened last 1 year, what we have observed, because 20 new members joined our club and we grew together. Me, myself, from BP Education to all the members, we grew together. And that legacy should be followed this year. And I believe, as a president of this club, I believe that will be followed. And today is the first meeting of this year. And we can take that oath. Yes, we will help each other to grow together. And that is possible. What is Toastmasters? I can see some new guests, those who haven't become the member. Sakif, Mahbub, they are the new members. For your information, this is the largest platform in the world where you can develop your communication, your leadership, your public speaking skills. Because we create in an environment in our club where you will take certain roles as a prepared speakers, as a role takers, as an evaluator. So when you take these roles, actually that environment, these roles make you become good communicator, good leader, good public speaker. And we believe that once our guests join our club and they do have that kind of eagerness, enthusiasm, they are able to create inside them, that they join Toastmasters community, definitely. With that note, I'd like to mention some of the guests today. We are lucky today, we do have a guest from District 41 from India, and he is Distinguished Toastmaster Samod Kumar. He is DCP coach from Division D. Samod Kumar, thank you very much, sir, joining with us today. Hopefully, we'll be learning a lot. We do have another guest from another club. Is Nasiruddin Siddiqui from Dhaka North Toastmasters. He's the secretary. Alif Ahsan from North South University Toastmasters Club. We can see a new guest from Brazil Toastmasters. He is a Bangladeshi, but he haven't been with Bangladeshi Toastmasters Club. This is his first meeting with any Bangladeshi club, but somehow he joined a club in Brazil. He stays in Dhaka. And when I saw the Facebook post that I have become a member of Toastmasters Club in Brazil, I got shocked. Come on, are you kidding? Then I knocked him. They said, you two have all kind of qualities, qualification to lead our community. Please join us today and decide to continue your journey with Bangladesh Toastmasters community. And he joined today. Hopefully he will be joining us within a very short time. So Jishan Bhai, thank you very much for joining. We do have another guest, Sakif, Mahbub. And with that, usually in our physical meeting, if any new member joins our club and for the first time, what we do have member induction program. Hopefully at the end of this month, we'll have a new member induction program, but it is not possible to give the flower or any kind of gift. But Toastmaster Muhammad Murad Hussain, thank you very much. We can give a big round of applause for our new Toastmaster. This is his first meeting after joining Toastmaster because day before yesterday he joined. Thank you Murad Hussain. We believe that you will shine. You will learn a lot of things from this community and you will, take yourself in different level within a very short time. He is really veteran HR professional. He is head of HR of Elite Paints and senior GM of that company. And I know him, since 2017, 15, 16. And he is leading BSHRM, Bangladesh Society for Human Resources and Management, right? I forgot because it's been a long time. I haven't been there. So he is the leader in HR community, in training and development industry. So once he is here, definitely we'll have a lot of guests from his community as well. With that, this is the time to invite our Toastmaster of the evening. And she is none other than our very known Toastmaster, Madam Dipti Sharkar. In profession, she is working with a university as a Deputy Director of Public Relations and Admission. She is Toastmaster Dipti Sharkar to take the meeting forward. Toastmaster Dipti Sharkar.
Thank you for introducing me. Hello everyone, good evening. I am Dipti Sharkar, your Toastmaster of the evening. Today is our club's 31st regular educational meeting. So let's start our today's meeting with a big round of applause. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. These are the lines of the poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by the most celebrated figures in American poetry, Robert Frost. Frost wrote the poem in 1922 at his house in Shaftesbury, Vermont. He had been up the entire night writing the long poem New Hemisphere and finally finished when he realized morning had come. He went out to view the sunrise and suddenly got the idea for stopping the woods on a snowy evening. All the works, responsibilities, commitments we have in life, none of those are so easy to accomplish. Days and nights with hard work bring success in any nation. The sentence, our meeting theme, miles to go before I sleep, here means a lot. Miles to go dedicated that we have many work to do in our life, means that we have to achieve many things and fulfill many responsibilities before we go into that eternal sleep. That is, before leaving this world, we need to accomplish our work. To do want to leave anything pending. While fulfilling our duties, we can get distracted by many worldly pleasures, but we must always remember that we have our own promises to fulfill. We have to complete our work before our death, because we all have to face one day with this day. There is no time to take rest in our life, because our life is a journey. When you come to the earth, after each and every second, you are bounded with duty. The duty of good work, think good, be a good person. After our death, people will remember us by our work, not our face. So friends, to accomplish your work perfectly and to be remembered among people you love, you need to make better version of yourself. That Toastmasters lessons can be very supportive for you. For this lesson, we choose this theme, that miles to go before I sleep. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization, is working in 143 countries, 16,800 clubs, and 358,000 members all over the world on public speaking and leadership skills. For the benefit of Toastmaster International is the platform by which we can remake ourselves. So welcome to our Bangladesh Youth Toastmaster Club's meeting. For the benefit of our guests, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting. Our meeting is divided into 3 rounds. The first, the prepared speech round, where our members delivering their prepared speech based on their projects and paths they have been chosen. Second part of this session is the table topic round, where members can practice thinking and speaking on their feet. It's called, we call it impromptu speech, and guests are welcome to participate in this round as well. The third and final part is the evaluation part, which all the prepared speeches as well as other speakers of the sessions will be evaluated by our general evaluator. For taking the meeting in the next level, now I am going to invite the person who will take this meeting into advanced level by his evaluation. The person whom I am going to invite, he is a training consultant specialized in training on communication skill, business English, phonetics and chronology, presentation skills, soft skills, professional etiquette, and customer service. His unique thought, provoking, energetic, fun-filled, creative, and easy to grasp transformative training delivery styles have enthralled his audience, all the age groups. He is none other than the heart of Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club. Please, a huge round of applause, DTM Jamaluddin Jami.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Dipti Sharkar. You are so excited to introduce me. Yeah, dedicated Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, not distinguished Toastmaster. Thank you very much, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening once again. The purpose of General Evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and that doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report. This is a vast task, right? And I cannot do it alone. And to do this, I do have a team. Let me introduce my competent team today. First of all, I'd like to call upon the grammarian of today's meeting, Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin, to explain her role as a grammarian and introduce the word of the day. Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin, VP Education of Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator, and a very good evening to all of the members and distinguished guests as well. As the grammarian for the evening, I am responsible with some notes, because I will be keeping notes on different things. I'll be keeping notes of all those sentences and words which you have used in a very impressive way, or you have excelled using them. I'll also keep note of all those sentences and words which you couldn't use in the proper way. But no worries, we learn from our mistakes. So at the end of this meeting, I'll be back on stage again with all sort of solutions to those grammatical errors. Tonight, I'm responsible with another responsibility. That is, I'll be sharing a word with all of you from my dictionary, and that is our word of the day. Our today's word of the day is resilience, which means the ability to cope up with changes. So if we put this word in a sentence, then the sentence would sound like, life's journey isn't beyond change or obstacles. So in order to cope up with this, we must practice resilience. So as you have heard, our word of the day is resilience. So I would encourage all of you to use this word in your speech throughout the meeting and your regular life as well. So that was all from me for the moment. I'll be back again at the end of this meeting or during the meeting when General Evaluator calls me back. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Grammarian, for your wonderful explanation of your role and introducing the word of the day. When I joined Toastmasters, I did have a lot of mumbling. I can still remember first day I made 28 ahs and ums. But I was resilient enough to change myself because I had that learning hunger. And it was helped by our R counter, and it is very important role. Today it's time to call upon very important person of this meeting, the R counter, to introduce his role. I would like to invite Toastmaster Nazrul Islam to introduce his role as an R counter.
Thank you, General Regulator. As accounter, my role is to take note any overused word or filler sound used as a curse by anyone who speak during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjection such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sound may be er. I will back on this virtual stage to present my report at the end of the meeting when General Evaluator call me again. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nazrul Islam, the immediate president of Bangladesh Toastmasters Club. Thank you for your role explanation. You know, daily circumstances, what happens? We do have luxury of speaking. How long we want, we can speak. But in Toastmasters meeting, we do not have that much luxury. We do have time restriction, time limitation. And to keep the time and to just force us to be in the track, we do have a timer. And let me introduce our timers today. And he is none other than Toastmaster Taposh Day, to introduce and explain the timing procedure as well. Toastmaster Taposh Day.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir. A bit loud.
Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Good evening to all. As a timer of today's meeting, I will track time limit of table topic speaker, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I'll also alert each speaker of the time they have spent using the green, yellow, and red color, which will specify the remaining time as well. Thank you.
Could you please explain the timing procedures for prepared speakers, table topic speakers, and evaluators?
Sorry, I'm not clear about how to say it. Can you repeat, please?
Timing procedures, like for prepared speakers, there will be 5 to 7 minutes timing.
Okay. I was a bit confused as I'm playing the role for the first time.
Okay.
Table topic speaker will get maximum 2 minutes, and prepared speaker have to finish his speech within 5 to 7 minutes, and evaluator he will get maximum 2 to 3 minutes.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you. All the speakers, please note that after 5 minutes, the timer will show you the green card, after 6 minutes, yellow card, and after 7 minutes, red card. And still you do have 30 seconds to talk. Thank you very much. And definitely table topic master and general evaluator will remind you before the evaluation and the table topic. Thank you very much. We'll come back again with our detailed report and the all role takers report at the end of the meeting. And this is time to hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the evening to take this meeting forward. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepti Sharkar, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, General Evaluator, dedicated Toastmaster Jamaluddin. Okay, now is the prepared speech session, and today our first prepared speaker is Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. The first speaker for this round will be attempting level 3. This project is focused on the positive from the innovative planning path. To evaluate our first speaker, we have Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain, the person full of positive energy. By his words, who not only attract our audience, but also create a sign of affection. Please welcome our first speaker's evaluator, Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain, to explain his expectation from Toastmaster Saidur Rahman.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, of the evening, Deepti Sharkar. I think one thing is for sure, we learn a lot of adjectives when we join Toastmasters. I could literally see it flowing around. Right? So what is expected of this particular speech from Saidur Rahman, right? Because this is a level 3 speech from the innovative planning pathway, right? Where it is about focus on the positive, right? And as you know, this particular speech is very much in line with what is happening around currently, right? Because we see a lot of problems going on with 10-minute school, a lot of problems on LGBT issues, right? And a lot of people are opening up their mouths and getting trashed, right? So the entire concept of this particular speech or expectation is how the speaker controls or looks into his own feelings, own thought processes, and how he replies to other person giving their thought process and reply. So the reply of this particular speaker and how he provides his thought process to the audience or shares that thought process. I think that is with perfect example, and his way of process is something that I would love to see in this speech. So over to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Deepti Sharkar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain. Now let me introduce our first speaker, the most energetic and most focused person about his goal. Always love to work and try to keep promises. Yes, he is none other than the first certified Scrum professionals from Scrum Alliance in Bangladesh, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. Please welcome Toastmaster Saidur Rahman with a huge round of applause.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you. how many of you know what is airport life? This is a very popular term to international trainer like us. It means every month we have to pass few nights in the airports. Couple of years ago, one such incident took place in my life. I finished my office at 5:30 p.m. on Friday evening and then directly went to airport to catch a flight to Kolkata at 8 p.m. My next flight was at 11 p.m. from Kolkata, which will reach Bangalore at around 1:30 a.m. in the morning. And I have a training class to conduct at 9 a.m. next morning in Bangalore. So when I landed at Kolkata airport at around 9 p.m., the pilot made a blunder. Instead of landing at the international terminal, he actually dropped us at the domestic terminal. So I got down from the flight, took my luggage from the belt, and went for my next flight without even passing the immigration. Just 20 minutes before my next flight, when I was about to board the next plane, I heard in the loudspeaker, "Mr. Saidur Rahman, you are requested to contact the airport security office immediately." Then suddenly two police officers came towards me and told me, "Mr. Rahman, please come with us. You did not cross the immigration." Then suddenly it struck my head. What happened next? If you want to know, then you have to stay with me for the next couple of minutes. Madam Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters, and all the distinguished guests, a very good evening to all of you. Today, we will talk about cognitive strategies and their impact on our life. Do you know, as human beings, what we dislike most? The answer is changes. We deal with changes every single day, most of which are outside of our ability to control. Every single day, every single change is a new information to our brain. Our brain treats much of this information as threats, focusing on a response to it rather than working through the threat. Cognitive reappraisal is the ability to identify and replace negative threat conditions with positive reward conditions. Cognitive strategies enable turning threats into reward to lower your personal defensiveness and increase your leadership effectiveness. So today we'll talk about few strategies and how I applied those. First one is normalizing. Normalizing a threat means that to accept the fact, that means that it is okay to feel that the way under the circumstances. This allows us to lower the threat and prepare for what's to come next. Like when the police actually brought me to the airport security and told me that I cannot board the next flight because the immigration office is totally the opposite of the airport and I have to pass it, and why didn't I have to write an application, what happened. So I know that I cannot get into the plane which is about to start. So first I normalized myself. I realized, I accepted the fact, yes, I'm gonna miss the next flight. It is okay. If I miss, it's okay. There is no issue. So that is the normalizing thing. Second is reinterpret. Reinterpreting a threat means actually takes another perspective. So opening up the options. So what in my case, what I did is, it's okay, I'm gonna miss the flight. Now I have to see what are the alternatives, what I can say to the authority to save myself, what I can say to the airlines organization to show that it's their fault, so that they have to onboard me on the next available flight before tomorrow morning, and I don't have to pay the extra. They are, because it's their fault. So when I reinterpret the whole thing, actually those ideas started to come into my mind. The third impact is repositioning. So repositioning a threat is to look it from another person's perspective. That means seeing other alternative. Like in my situation, I was thanking myself, like instead of cursing myself that why it happened with me, I was thanking that I am privileged and I am lucky that I am an international trainer, that I am traveling to other country to actually conduct a training. So most of the people can only dream for this, but they can't. But I am already doing this. So in that aspect, I'm really lucky. So instead of being myself calling unlucky, I was telling myself that you are lucky. And finally, the option is reordering. Reordering a thread actually changes its priority. It's actually reprioritizing. So I was thinking, even if I miss the flight, it's okay. If I cannot go to Bangalore, if I cannot contact the station, yes, probably some money will be lost, some remuneration will be decreased, some reputation will be lost. But what is the brighter side? I can go back to my country and I can spend the weekend with my family, with my parents, with my wife, which I was not able to give them time for last 1 month because of my work nature. So these 4 techniques I actually applied in my mind, and actually I reassured myself every single time. So yes, I applied all these 4 techniques and something more to get out of that airport situation. These 4 techniques did not get me out of the jam, but it calmed my mind totally and made me more resilient. Once my mind is totally calmed, my brain started working 10 times faster to get the best solution out of it. Yes, you're right. I was able to catch the later flight, landed Bangalore at 4 a.m., reached my hotel at 6 a.m., went to the gym, then swimming pool, and had breakfast, and were able to start my training session sharp at 9 a.m. How? If I am now start telling the details, then I will not be eligible for the best speaker today because it will take more than 7.5 minutes. So I'll not go into the details. So in conclusion, whenever people get into trouble, most of them shouts one line: "Why me, God? Why me?" But instead of shouting that one line, I always ask myself, will this trouble kill you? I always get the answer no from my mind. Then I tell myself, if this problem does not end your life, then it will give you some new experience which will make you only stronger in your life and increase your resilience power. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. The second speaker for this round will be attempting level 1. His project is researching and presenting from innovative planning pathways. To evaluate his speech, I would like to invite Toastmaster Tazeen Sarjana Haq. She is courageous and confident enough to accept any challenges she is given to. So please welcome enthusiastic, energetic, and hard-working lady Toastmaster Tazeen Sarjana Haq to explain her expectation from Toastmaster Noor Muhammad.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Okay, Toastmaster Noor Muhammad is going to deliver his speech from innovative planning, and he is going to deliver his last speech from level 1, that is called researching and presenting. So the objective of this evaluation is to do some background research on a well thought and well researched topic proposed. So I'm going to look forward to seeing that how he excelled himself to do some background research on a new topic, because his speech title itself tells that magic pill for a better heart. It really sounds very interesting. So good luck, my dear friend Toastmaster Noor Muhammad. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tazeen Sarjana Haq. I have never seen a person more dedicated and passionate who is our next speaker. He used to travel 6 hours by train far from Brahmanbaria every week just to attend our Toastmasters 2 hours Toastmasters meeting. He is working as in charge of COVID-19 ward General Hospital Brahmanbaria. Due to poor network connection, sometimes he is not able to attend our Toastmasters meeting. But he proved once again that if you really want something, you can always make it happen. So here he is today with us Please welcome our second speaker, the most dedicated Toastmaster Noor Muhammad, with a huge round of applause.
Madam, am I audible?
Yes, you are
Thank you.
audible.
If you run for a while and suddenly stop and keep your right head on your left chest, you will hear or feel the sound. Lup, dup, lup, dup. My question is, what is that sound? Yes, it's the beat of your heart. For human beings, it is more sweetest sound you can hear or feel. But one thing, you never want it to stop. Do you want it to stop, guys? No. If you stop, you're gonna die. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, do you know the magic beauty of your heart? Look, according to Wikipedia, the heart is the first functional organ that has been created inside our mother womb. And when it was about like 21 to 22 days, it started to beating after it forms. But the thing is that when the heart is not working properly, it means that we human beings are in critical condition. So according to World Health Organization states that about 31% of all death worldwide only due to heart disease problems. So we can say about like roughly 18 million people die each year. Can you imagine? But we are not caring about our heart. And also, according to the magazine of Mayo Clinic, the major function of the heart is just keep going and going, pumping blood throughout our whole body with needed oxygen and carries the waste products from our bodies to outside. But the best part of it, do you know what? You don't have to think about it. How spontaneously the heart is pumping inside our body and it passes the blood through all over the body. Isn't it awesome that you don't want to give a rest for your heart muscle? Okay. The physiology book, which has been written by my favorite writer, that is called Dr. Simon and Henry Fraser. They state that when you're resting, your heart probably beat only 60 to 100 times per minute. But when you are exercising, your heart beats much faster because it has pumped a lot to supply the blood throughout the whole body and essential oxygen and nutrients they need to function during your exercise. Let's have a calculation. If we use an average 80 beats per minute, your heart beats about 4,800 times per hour. There's a whopping 1,15,200 times per day. So over the course of a year, your heartbeats would be like 4,20,48,000 times. Can you imagine? Let's have another thing, that if you live 80 years, so your heart would beat in your whole course of the years. That means how you live. So it will be about like 336 crore 38 lakh 40,000 times. There's over 3 billion heartbeats. What a massive, man. But we are not caring about our heart. So Dr. Michael Emery, an assistant professor of clinical medicine at Indian University School of Medicine, that is so startling, tells his passion all the time that there is one magic pill that can improve your heart. on every aspect of your health, especially for your cardiovascular health. I think you guys already maybe discovered, because I know there are lots of bodybuilders here. So the magic pill is kind of exercising. When you do exercise, then you're gonna be a very good heart. More importantly, the guy, as I mentioned, Dr. Michael Emery, he did a research with his control studies and found that for heart attack patients who participated in a formal exercise program, the death rate is reduced 20% to 25%. So this is a strong evidence in support of physical activity for patients with heart disease. However, in Oxford University, decades of research has shown that regular just 30 minutes of a day of some kind of aerobic physical activity like running, jogging, such as, breathing, this kind of exercise, your heart will be so healthy and reduce the risk of sudden cardiac arrest. So my dear friends, if you want to make your heart so strong and keen to live your for long life, so please take my magic pill that is called exercise, exercise, exercise. Thank you. Over to Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noor Muhammad. Our third speaker this evening will be presenting his project from level 2, Understanding Your Leadership Style, and he is from Innovative Planning Pathways. To evaluate his speech, I would like to invite the person, the most devoted person, and he is not only devoted person from our Bangladesh Youth Toastmasters. He is an icon, not only for me, for many of us. So most welcome, the evaluator of our third speaker, DTM Jamaluddin.
Madam Toastmaster, there is a bit change. It is not Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, it is Toastmaster Nusrat Mehtabi.
Okay. Oh, I'm very sorry for that. So,
it's okay.
I have to introduce yourself first. I'm extremely sorry for that. Toastmaster Mehjabi Nusrat. Toastmaster Mehjabi Nusrat, our evaluator of our third speaker. She is a, what will I say, the most interesting woman in our club, and she is very cute, and I am very fond of her. So most welcome, Mehjabi Nusrat.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day, for your kind words. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very good evening. Tonight, our third speaker, Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik, is going to deliver his first project, Understanding Your Leadership Style, from level 2 under the pathway present Innovative Planning. So tonight, his project purpose is to take a study or a test on his leadership style and get to know about different leadership styles. And from there, explore his primary and secondary leadership styles. Tonight, he will be sharing with us about different leadership styles and his story or his journey with leadership style, and we'll also get to know about his primary leadership style. As his evaluator, I'll be keeping note on a few things. The very first thing I'll keep a note on is how effectively he managed to deliver the speech, how amazingly he completes the project requirements, and finally, how comfortably he delivers the speech. So without further ado, I would like to get back to my speech and handing over the screen to Madam Toastmaster of the day. But before that, I would like to wish all the very best to my speaker. Sir, go and nail that screen, because you're gonna do that. All the very best. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehjabin Nusrat. Now I would like to invite our third speaker, Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik. As a person, he is he's working as a head of technology of DNET. But as a person, he is really very hardworking and always love to keep his promises. Now, we all would like to welcome Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik with a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. If it is said that leaders are those who lead us to a path for achieving something good, so from which leader, the fantastic leadership we are experiencing these very days. Let me give you some clue. Like a bureaucratic leader who is enforcing rules and guidance that we cannot avoid, who is currently making us all to be resilient, like authoritative leader, like an innovative leader who is encouraging all of us to find new innovative ideas, like a pace-setting leader who is enabling us to embrace new types of projects and techniques with speed, who is making all of us democratic in such situation. We are asking every other's opinion for any further movement. My dear friends, can you guess what leader I am talking about? Okay, according to me, the leader is the pandemic situation, which has confined us with some set of rules that we cannot avoid, as it is a bureaucratic leader. Everyone is now accepting, adapting with new technology and techniques for their survival. So taking long-term direction like an authoritative leader. Everywhere we are seeing innovations for online education, for tracing patients, for appointment-based shopping. We have seen numerous organizations are shifting their business with pace. We are seeing lots of online shops coming into life. Hotel business is moving into hospital business, which are the consequences of pace-setting leadership. You must have thinking why I am saying the pandemic situation a leader. It is doing harm for us. But friends, hope you have heard the balance the nature is adapting nowadays. People are getting more adaptable with this situation, embracing new technology and techniques which were not thought possible before. Around 3.5 million years ago, when everywhere were forests, ancestor of human being did not have the thumb types of fingers. All five were same type of fingers. For hanging and swinging, they did not need a thumb. When they came down to land, all former forest habitats transferred into more varied ones, forcing out our earlier relatives to change their ways. For survival, they need adaptation, and adaptation nature. For adapting, nature gave them thumb types of finger, so that they can hold things for prey and pick them up. What I mean to say is nature is the greatest leader which paves us the way to be resilient. In the Discover My Leadership Style section, after I rated all the 48 statements, I was surprised when I found my leadership lowest matches with bureaucratic and pace-setting leadership. I always employ processes and enforce rules in my team and does not like not to be followed. Also take decisions in short amount of time like a bureaucratic leader. I look to move with new projects with speed. I does not feel it necessary to communicate lots of details with my team. I believe everyone is an entrepreneur, so they have their own innovative ways to take things ahead. My best match in the analysis is with democratic leadership. Yes, I rely a lot on group decision making. In terms of implementation, if if I could not persuade most of my team anything logically, I don't force it. I always want someone else come ahead and share the change charge with me. I personally like coaching type leadership. Even when I give speeches in Toastmaster, I always emphasize that I can give some messages to the listener so that they get some value. In my first speech, I tried to give message that if you are too cautious to involve into anything, that will be a total failure. In my second speech, success is 99% failure. With the example of Ford versus Ferrari, I tried to illustrate that success is not so easy to come. And in my last speech, Hooked, I demonstrated how a product should be built, which customers cannot put down. Dear distinguished Toastmasters, in this speech, in the conclusion, I also want to give a unique message. Always we heard from leaders that people are not listening to them. From my vast experience, I found 7 reasons why people does not listen to any leaders. The first one is gossip. Speaking ill of somebody who is not present, not a good habit. And we all know the person who is gossiping 5 minutes later when I will not be here will be gossiping about me. Number 2 is judging. We know people who like this in their conversation, and it's very hard to talk with somebody if you know you are being judged. Number 3 is negativity. The person who are too much negative, we usually does not bother to ask them. Number 4 is complaining. That is the national art of Bangladesh. So I'm not going to tell much about that. Number 5, excuses. Blame throwers, pass it on everybody else, and don't take responsibilities for the action not to be completed. Number 6, exaggeration. Presenting something either too high or too low than it is really was. Number 7, dogmatism. This is enforcing your decision without any consideration of others' opinion or evidence. When these two things conflated, this is like listening against the wind. So Toastmasters, if you can control these 7 things from your leadership, your teammates will definitely listen to you. But friends, it is always not so easy to put that in mind. Because leaders are pain takers, and some leaders cannot tolerate the pain and start blaming members. But even after these pains, you can keep calm and control yourself. You can find yourself a great leader. Thank you all for listening me. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik. Now, this is the most interesting session, our second session. And for interact this session, I would like to invite our table topic master, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain.
Thank you so much, Deepti Appu. Where are the adjectives? Right. Technically, this is my first time hosting a table topic session, because most of the times I prefer to be on the other side for winning certificates. But as a table topic master, probably I won't be able to win anything today. So today's table topic is going to be slightly different from what we normally see, right? What I will do is let you guys choose a situation, and based on that, I will tell you exactly on what you have to talk about, right? So you can see there are 5 things that you have to choose, right? And from there you have to choose. So who wants to be the first table topic speaker?
I can.
Raise your hand. Okay, so the first one is Alif Hassan, right?
Yes, right.
Great. Toastmaster Alif Hassan, there are 5 things that you can see on the screen. Is my screen visible, right?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Right. So there are 5 things. Which one would you choose?
Time travel.
Time travel, right?
Right.
Great. So let's go for time travel. Right. So your time travel is that you travel to history and you can change one thing in the history. One particular thing that you can change in the history and why you want to change that thing. That is your topic.
Okay, thank you so much, Table Topic Master. And I must say that you have a tremendous idea of choosing the topics. So I really like it. And I'm from Northside University Toastmasters Club. I'm Alif, and I'm going to start up the topic. So your topic is change the course of history. Have you ever thought the process that what in the history can I change if I get the power or if I can travel through times? As Stephen Hawking or Albert Einstein said, it's not possible to travel time till now, but it might be in the future. So did anyone of you want to change your position of today's coronavirus? Who wants to change today's coronavirus from the history? Raise your hand. Okay. So as of, yes, that's what I want to change if I get back to history. I want to get back to not far away, but 2019. And if I have the power to change something, I would be more careful. I would not let my people of Bangladesh suffer from corona. If I could travel from time, I know that corona might be coming. I will know that corona is actually going to haunt all of us and keep us in the lockdown. So first of all, I will change the virtue of the corona. And I won't let it affect Bangladesh. For that, maybe I might talk with our Prime Minister that, Madam, we have a huge, tremendous danger coming up as I can travel time if she knows. So there's a lot of aspects that we can change. But meanwhile, the most deadliest aspect is corona that I want to change from history, of course. Over to the Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Changing like really small history. But yeah, that was really good. The next person who showed interest is Toastmaster Sakif. So Toastmaster Sakif, are you here?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. So which one? Apart from time travel, you have to choose one.
Survival.
Survival. All right. So let's go and see what do we have on survival.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there waiting anything else?
Great.
Or is
no, let me clarify the situation.
Okay.
So you are on a plane and all the people who are here in this particular Toastmaster meeting, all of them are in the plane, right? And the plane is about to crash and there is only one parachute that is available. So who gets the parachute? And the decision is up to you. So you tell me who gets the parachute among from all the people who are in this meeting and why that person deserves that parachute.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain. It's really, really good on, and I really like it so much. That's really tough some of the time today. So the scenario mentions about today, there have only one parachute and all of the members, it's almost 18 members attending to this meeting, and Kumar was in the plane.
Joined. Jamuddin bhai, if you don't know, you were given a parachute and you were the only one who survived in the crash, in a plane crash among all of us. So that's good. That's good. So moving on, the next person who would like to share, because I just saw a name, Nasiruddin, right? Right. So Mr. Nasiruddin Siddiqui, which one would you choose? Survival and time travel are not there, so the rest three.
I'd like to go with choice.
Great. Choice.
Yeah.
Right. So there are three doors in front of you in your life. This is your future. So each door has something that gives you. It gives you faith, money, or it provides you values, the moral and ethical values. Which is the door you would choose and why?
All right. Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. If I have to choose between fame, money, and value, I will definitely go with the option value, because in our life, we are now actually going through a rat race. We all are looking for fame, success, and show of life. But what I believe is in our life, we need internal satisfaction, that is peace of mind. And if we want to be really happy and successful from inside, we have to create a life which is full of value, not which is full of money. If I go for an example, the owner of Pratamalo, Mr. Latifur Rahman, has passed away a couple of days back, and people are talking about him. Not because there are many successful businessmen in our country who are more actually powerful and rich and successful than him, but we are talking about Latifur Rahman because he set an unprecedented example in the media industry by letting them work on their own, not interfering or not actually using the media for his own gain. That is why we need to think about the value in our life. And I personally believe if you are a man of value, definitely you will have a lot of fame, also a lot of money. I mean, even if it is not enough, it will be enough for your happy life. So what I believe is I will definitely go with value, and I will try to create value and influence people around me who are close to me, my family and friends. I will definitely guide them or inspire them to be actually man of value, not to go with the show of life, not to go for the fame or money unethically or without actually compromising with the values in life. If you do that, if you can be rich or you will have a lot of fame or money, but at the end of the day, you will not have peace of mind and people will not appreciate you for whatever you have done. So I believe it's important value, and I also believe it is also one of the core values of Toastmasters. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, sir. Obviously, publicly we'll always choose value, but yeah, money and fame are something really tough to ignore. So the next person, before that, let me share my screen. The next person is Mr. Samod Kumar, right? And you have either scientist or Marvel. So which one?
I would go with the Marvel.
Great. So let's go and see what Marvel has for us. So the simple question, which superhero are you in your life? Which superhero are you, Toastmaster Samod Kumar?
Thank you very much, Mehdi Hassan, for this wonderful topic. Which hero? This question was asked when I was in class 3rd. I still remember when my class teacher asked me, which is your favorite hero? Although I was very child, I could not able to recollect what's the answer. Since that time, Shaktiman was very popular in Doordarshan in India. And I was a big fan of Shaktiman. Till today, I love watching that because that is my favorite cartoon. But now the definition have changed. Now, when somebody asks me, who is your superhero whom you want to follow? Its answer is, it's me. I am the superhero of my own life. And I say with my courage, with my determination, and my resilience. I believe not only me, everyone, every child who born on this planet has equal chance to become a superhero of his own. Why to copy somebody else? Why to follow somebody else? I remember my dad. He was an army man. I remember his saying, child, if you want to achieve anything in your life, which is out of your comfort, out of your reach, just do not forget to take the next step. Whosoever, if it seems impossible, just try for that. Do not copy the footsteps of the person who becomes successful, because your dictionary is yours. Nobody else can copy that. Just follow your heart and go with it. And one day you will become a superhero. And I'm pretty sure I will. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And I remember watching Shaktiman in DD1. I think it was available in Bangladesh. And one of the scenes where Shaktiman was stuck in computer and he had to get out by printing himself through a printer of that computer. So pretty interesting choices that I heard. Last speaker, I know Saidur Bhaiya, you wanted to go. I think there are too many guys speaking, right? And I think we should hear a female voice. We have two guests who are female, if I'm not wrong. One is Shruti ma'am and another one is Suranjali ma'am, right? So if any one of you wants to take the last table topic speech. Shruti ma'am, Suranjali ma'am.
Yeah, hi, I would like to give it a try.
Okay, so Suranjali ma'am is giving it a try, right?
Yeah.
Great.
I think both of them, because they have started their videos. So.
Right, great. So this topic is for both of you. It's the same topic, but there is a possibility of, you can give different speeches. So let's look at the topic and what it is, right? Right. So the topic is scientists, and let's go and see what does scientist mean. So it's pretty simple. If you are allowed to invent something, and it could be anything in the world that has not been invented yet, which means coronavirus vaccine is out of the question, right? Because it has already been invented by like 35 pharmaceuticals. But one invention that the world hasn't seen yet, what will be that invention and why that invention? So we'll start with Shruti ma'am first, and then we'll move to Suranjali ma'am. Shruti ma'am.
Okay, all right. Hi everyone. I am from India, and it's really great to hear all of you. So one invention, actually I'll put it two invention. One would be a thing, a medicine, so that if people take that, they will have courage to follow their dreams, courage to take tough decisions and plan or work towards just whatever they are holding it. There are times due to tough situations or tough times we don't have enough courage to take that one small step. So I think one medicine would be this. The other medicine would be humor. So there are times when you fail. There are times when the situation does not work as per your plan. So I think humor helps you to relax and probably have courage to take another step. Humor helps you to take things lightly as well and move on to next idea. So yes, it would be a medicine, courage and humor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shruti ma'am. You do know the medicine that provides courage is called marijuana, right? It's obviously available around the globe. But yeah, for that humor, we definitely need one. So moving on to Shubhranjali ma'am. Ma'am, what would be your invention? Ma'am, please unmute yourself. I think you're mute.
I just wanted to confirm, is there any timer card or something? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm, is there timing something going on? Look, for
Yeah.
this meeting?
Taposh Day is the timer, and you can see his screen changing from green to yellow to red.
Okay, okay, good. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm also from India. So I'm attending first time your meeting, and it is great to attend some meeting from some other country. Coming to the topic, one invention which I would like to go for is to invent something through which I can read someone else's mind. Many times, like we are not able to make out that whether the intention of some other person is genuine or not, because it can be like when your nature is kind-hearted, or you are more into giving and all, then it can be other person can make use of that your nature. So I would try to develop some medicine if it is possible, so that I can come to know whether that person is genuinely interested in me doing his or her task, or is just trying to take advantage of my nature and get his work done. And secondly, yeah, as it is, coronavirus is going on, so yes, a vaccine is needed for that. So I would like, for the current situation, I would like to go for that. Yes, some vaccine be invented for that, so that we come out of a lockdown area zone, and we are many of us have got unemployed, so we get more into that stable zone again. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think that concludes the table topic speeches as well. And we traveled from 2019, stopping coronavirus. Then we went on to see Shaktiman. We went on to see Jamaluddin being the only guy who's saved. And obviously, we want to find medicines for humor and for coronavirus and for so many other things. So I think it was I don't know. I hope it was interesting table topic, and I hope that people loved it, and we hope to continue to do this thing. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Deepti Sharkar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain, for this refulgent session. I think everybody loves to join this session. Now, the next part of our meeting. This part is very important round of a Toastmasters meeting. In this round, constructive feedback is given to each speaker as well as to the overall meeting conduct, so that members can benefit from the experience of evaluators and become better speakers. We have the general evaluator to conduct this session. I would like to invite and hand over this session to the general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening once again. Evaluation is the breakfast of Toastmaster meeting. and feedback is called the breakfast for champions, because when you receive constructive feedbacks from our evaluators, that means we improve through constructive feedbacks. Let me start with the evaluation session of, usually in our meeting we start with the prepared speeches, but today is going to be a bit different because our table topic evaluator has other program to join, and he is all the way from India, District 41, from Division D, Samod Kumar. I would like to invite him first to evaluate our table topic speaker. Samod Kumar from Division D, DCP coach.
Thank you so much, Jamaluddin, for giving this opportunity at the 11th hour. I really loved it. So first of all, I would like to have a big round of applause for our table topic master, none other than Toastmaster Mehdi Hassan, please. Come on, guys, you can do better. Now, since I have attended multiple meetings, but the kind of creativity the Toastmaster Mehdi Hassan brought in his table topics was such impeccable job. Kudos for that, Mehdi Hassan. Coming back to the first table topic speaker is Toastmaster Alif. He got a topic related to time travel, and it was challenged for if he want to change something in the past, what he would like to change. So I would like to give one commendation and one recommendations for all the speakers. So the commendations for Toastmaster Alif is, your content was so inspiring that you chose that you want to save the Bangladesh people from this COVID-19 pandemic. And that shows the kind of person you are. You think very big. You have a very big vision, not individual. It's not about me, it's about we. That we learn from Toastmasters. So your recommendations for you is, I feel that your camera positioning could be better so that we can grasp more from you. We can connect more from you. That's the one recommendations I have. The second speaker is Toastmaster Shakif. He was given a chance of if he has a parachute, whom would like to give and what the person he is. Again, salute to you, man. You chose to give this parachute to DTM Jamal because he related the content with Toastmasters, and that too because Bangladesh needs a Toast leader like Jamal who can develop, who can make more leaders like him. Salute. The one recommendations I have, Shakif, for you is, you could try voice modulations and you could have added more content, make some more interesting story that would give a more impact on the audience. The third is Toastmaster Nasiruddin. And topic was choice of over money and value. And believe me, if I would have given a chance, I would have chosen the money. But the kind of person you are, you have chosen value. And that's the spirit of Toastmasters. We imbibe with the values of Toastmasters and the core values. That is the gist of the Toastmasters platform we are. And the kind of you say that the money can not bring the movement, the transformations. It's the value, core values that brings transformation in people throughout the globe. What I feel is you could have added more content and also facial expressions, voice modulations, since the table topic speech is also a mini speech where you can have your opening, body, and conclusion. So you can play with your vocal variety and facial expressions. So please try next time. The next speaker is myself. And the topic I chose was Marvel. And it gives me goosebumps and I feel nostalgic when I hear and speak about Shaktiman, my favorite cartoon, that brings me my childhood days. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehdi Hasan, for giving me this topic. I would love to speak more and more on this topic. Our next speaker it's two speakers, Toastmaster Shruti and Toastmaster Shruvanjali. Shruti, for you have given a chance of what invention you want to have in this world. And she had two inventions in mind. She chose number one, the courage. And the second one she chose is humor. And believe me, even this in the midst of this chaos, we need the courage the most. Because courage is the one thing that can make people, give them hope to survive and to fight this pandemic together, and again to lift this and make our family and friend safe. So hats off for the inventions that you wish to. The next speaker is Shruvanjali. Kudos to you, Shruvanjali. You've chosen the inventions that is you want to read the people's mind. And that's so interesting because in a corporate, when there are many people, I'm not blaming anybody, there are people who just want to hide away from the task. But if you are a manager and if you have a tool to read the people's mind, definitely you are going to make more productivity. So kudos for you. And again, the second invention is vaccine, which the world needs the most in this hour. So thank you so much. It's lovely listening to all the speakers, and I would love to attend in your upcoming meetings. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehdi Hasan, for your wonderful topics. Over to you, stage back to you, General Evaluator Jamal, Toastmaster Jamal.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Samod Kumar, for your wonderful evaluation of all the table topic speakers. It was really inspiring for them and wonderful feedback they have received. Hopefully, if they can incorporate those, they can take their speech in next level. Thank you very much for your thoughtful evaluation. Now let's move on with our prepared speech evaluation. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Mehdi Hasan. I'd like to invite Toastmaster Mehdi Hasan to evaluate our first speaker speech. Toastmaster Mehdi Hasan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami, wearing my serious face. Right. So moving on to the evaluation. The topic, as it says, was to bring positivity and how it can be done. I think it was wonderfully explained by Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, right? When we talked about the airport life and one of his incidents, and he told us how he handled that incident. Three things that I loved about it is, number one, he kept the story flowing, right? Because he kept the story in such a manner where we wanted to listen more, right? And he kept on doing it over and over again. In each and every aspect, we wanted to know what happened next. We wanted to know what happened next. So that was the first thing that was very good, right? Keeping things interesting. Like, it's very important in speeches, very important in marriages, and very important in life. Keeping things interesting. The second thing that I really loved is the addition of humor, right? And I felt the humor was throughout to the speech, from starting where he talked about, if you want to listen to this speech, stay with me for a few more minutes, to the end where he talked about he went to gym, had breakfast and swimming. I think the humor was included. Still, I am not sure how someone can check into the hotel at 6, do gym, swimming, and breakfast in 3 hours and start a training. But I'm pretty sure he did it fantastically, right? And I think that was something good, the addition of humor. The last thing that I loved about it is when you keep things interesting, when you add humor, what you normally lose out is the structure. But the fact that you kept the structure very good, right? Because you talked about 4 things: normalizing the situation, bringing alternatives, repositioning yourself, and going up and making sure that what needs to be prioritized, right? You made sure that all these things are in order, and you connected it to your story in that particular order. And I felt it was really good, right? It was a wholesome speech that showed that you practiced this speech, you wrote it beforehand, you read it for quite a particular period of time, and then you talked about it. But obviously there are ways where the speech could be way a lot better. And if you allow me, sir, I would definitely say few things if it's okay. Great. The first thing is you're laughing now, right? And I can see your smile and everything. It wasn't visible in 7 minutes of your speech, right? So you did not laugh. You did not change your eyebrows. You did not close your eyes. So it was a very blank expression face that was very visible in your entire speech, right? So I feel whenever you say funny stuff, laugh a bit, and look at us. At times when you're giving a speech, close one of your eyes and talk to us like that. And I think those are the funny stuff that you can incorporate. The second thing that was very important is taking pause, right? Your entire speech was flowing. I know it's a very lot of things that you were saying, but taking small pauses in between speeches or in between things that you're saying to us was very important. And the last thing, very important, don't give a speech sitting. Go back, stand up, and make sure that you are giving that particular speech. So these are the 3 things that could have improved. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mehdi Hussain, for your thorough evaluation. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Nur Muhammad, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Tazeen Sarjana Haq. I would like to invite Toastmaster Tazeen Sarjana Haq to evaluate our second speaker's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster General Jenny, for giving me the floor. There are some speakers who speak through our mind. We remember them. Now there are some other speakers who speak through our heart. We just love them. That just happened with your speech today, with me, Toastmaster Nur Muhammad. Now, first, let me tell you what I absolutely loved about your speech. You started with a question. Do you know the majestic beauty of her? At that very moment, you grabbed my attention there. Do you know why? It reminded me of the famous dialogue of Three Idiots. All is well, all is well, all is well. I just loved your speech. I was truly amazed by that line and by that story. So kudos for you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed how incredibly and how cleverly he incorporated all the scientific and biological terms, the very hard terms of herbs, very, with some facts that 80 million people dies every year, according to the World Health Organization. You incorporated those facts that actually left a great impression on your audience's mind. But sometimes, I would like to see that you were speaking with that with more ease. Your audience must have so much resilience to be concentrated on your speech sometimes. But kudos for your enthusiasm and confidence you brought in your speech. Apart from that topic you chose, it was very not common and it was very hard for me. So I believe there is always a room for improvement. So here, let me share you that couple of things that might help you in preparing your next speeches. Your eye movement. Sometimes what happens, people look to their favorite Toastmasters onto the camera and keep talking. So you didn't look at me, your evaluator, at once. So I felt sometimes less important at some moments. Your eye contact was stuck onto the camera for a time being. So you were sharing some important facts with us. So let your audience be more connected with your words. Let your emotions be flown with that. So I felt a more rehearsal could do that perfectly, because when you work on this heavy terms and facts, you got slightly stumbled with those words, I noticed. But your good examples was there. You should probably rehearse more. So on sum up, I would like to say that it was well organized and well thought, well rehearsed, not well rehearsed, but yeah, well researched speech. You did a lot of background work on that. You left a very strong message behind for your audience that there is no alternation for exercising to keep your heart feel better and clean. And I should say that Your humor was intelligent when you talked about the bodybuilders of our club. It felt more enthusiastic. Just work on your eye movement sometimes, rehearse more, and I think that would be the cherry on the top of your speech. I believe this feedback will help you for your upcoming projects. Congratulations on completing your level 1. I wish you all the luck for your future endeavors. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tazeen Sajjana Haq, for your wonderful evaluation. Our third speaker was Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin. I would like to invite Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin to evaluate our third speaker's speech.
Thank you, Sir General Evaluator. Very good evening to everyone. So our third speaker was Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik, and we all should congratulate him for walking ahead in his DTM journey and one step ahead, sir. So there are a few things that I definitely loved about your speech, and definitely as per the custom, I'll leave you with few recommendations. The very first thing I would say is you successfully fulfilled the purpose of this project. Because from your this project purpose was to know about different leadership styles and mention your primary leadership style along with your secondary leadership styles. So from your speech, what I came to know is you definitely did a good research on different leadership styles, and you also mentioned your primary leadership style. Your primary leadership you mentioned was democratic style, and as your secondary leadership style, you prefer coaching. So the thing I loved about your speech the most is the end quote, which you mentioned, leaders are pain takers. Altogether, it was a very well-researched and well-rehearsed speech, I would say, in that manner. Now let's talk about the strength part of your speech. I noticed you were quite confident throughout the speech. While you were talking, you didn't take that much pause, and you continued on a pace. It was good. The second thing I loved about your speech was how you incorporated your personal stories just to give us insight about your secondary leadership style. You took us back in those in those moments where, your journey where you shared different things, different stories to get your audience connected with you. So here are a few things that I would have loved to see in your speech. Was the first thing, that you started your speech from here, directly, and you went very fast. You directly jumped to different leadership styles. You mentioned pace setting and other leadership styles. But actually, for a new audience who didn't research or knew about this entire project, for him or her, it is quite difficult to connect with the speech, because most of the audience over here, they doesn't know what different leadership styles Toastmaster International talks about. You mentioned pace setting, bureaucratic leadership styles, and other leadership styles. You could have shown us with slides, or you could have just give more interpretation about this style. It would have helped the audiences to feel more connected and engaged with your speech. The second thing I would love to mention is that you can try taking pauses. Like if you go a bit slow with your speech, it will help audiences to feel more connected and consume your words. And the third thing is one of my most favorite is that I noticed your expression was like this. You could have tried facial expressions, because our body speaks more than our words. So if you had that more energetic or enthusiastic facial expressions, it would have helped your audience to feel more connected and more engaged with a speech. So to sum it up, I would say the strength your speech had was your confidence level and your personal story incorporation, and your speech was well researched. The recommendation I'm leaving you with, please try to slow your pace and try to have more facial expressions throughout the speech. So altogether, it was definitely a good speech. So congratulations and all the very best with your next project. Over to you, Sergeant Ali Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin, for your wonderful, thought-provoking evaluation. Thank you very much. Now we will go for our auxiliary role takers report. First, I would like to invite our accountant. Our accountant was Toastmaster Nazrul Islam. Would you please present your accountant's report?
Thank you, General Evaluator again. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster guests. As an accountant, I would like to deliver my accountant report. In prepared speech section, we have 3 speakers. First speaker, Saidur Rahman, use a 1, so 5, cash word 1, and 1 long pause. Our second speaker was Nur Muhammad, use 5 times a 1, so 4 cash word, 1 long pause. Third speaker, Debashish Bhomik, use a 3 times, 1 crash word, 1 long pause, and 1 repeated word. Our topic sessions, first speaker was Alif Hassan, Toastmaster Alif Hassan. He used 3 a, 1 crash word. Second speaker, Shakib Hassan, used 3 a, 1 long pause. Third speaker, Nasiruddin Siddiq, used 5 times a, 2 times so. Samad, our fourth speaker, Samad Kumar, used 1 a. And fifth speaker, Shubhanjana Nigam, used multiple a. And last speaker, Shruti, used only 1 a. In evaluation section, first evaluator, Mehdi Hassan, used 4 a and multiple repeated word. Second evaluator was Tajin Sharjana Hope, used multiple a, 2 times so. And last, Nurjat Mehajibin, used 4 a and 4 times so. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nazrul Islam, for your wonderful, well-explained report submission of our counter. Thank you very much. Now it's time to invite our timer. Our timer was Toastmaster Taposh De. I would like to request Toastmaster Taposh De to present timer's report.
Thank you. I am going to present training report according to my observation. I am starting with prepared speech sessions where 3 speakers were presented the speech. First speaker was Toastmaster Saidur Rahman. He took 7 minutes 10 seconds. Second speaker was Toastmaster Nur Muhammad. He took 6 minutes 10 seconds. Third speaker was Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik. He took 6 minutes 50 seconds. Then table topic sessions where 6 speakers were present. First speaker was Toastmaster Alif Hassan. He took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Second, Toastmaster Shakib. He took 1 minute 50 seconds. Third, Toastmaster Nasiruddin. He took 2 minutes 40 seconds. Fourth, Toastmaster Samad Kumar. He took 2 minutes 20 seconds. Fifth, Toastmaster Shruti. She took 1 minute 10 seconds. Sixth, Toastmaster Shuranjali. She took 1 minute 30 seconds. Lastly, evaluation process. First evaluator was Toastmaster Samad Kumar on table topic sessions. He took 6 minutes 10 seconds. Secondly was Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain. He took 3 minutes 28 seconds. Third, Toastmaster Tajin Sharjana Hawk. She took 3 minutes 33 seconds. Last and finally was Toastmaster Mehzabin Nusrat. She took 3 minutes 48 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your wonderful report. All the speakers and role takers are eligible to be voted, right? Thank you very
Maybe
much.
I'm not, because
30 speaker and table topic speakers are not eligible to be voted. Thank you very much. Now it's time to invite our grammarians report. So I'd like to invite Toastmaster Nusrat Mehzabin to present grammarians report.
thank you, Sir General Evaluator, once again. So I'll directly jump to the report. Tonight, only 4 people used the word of the day. Toastmaster Saidul Rahman used it 5. Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jani used it 1 time. Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik used it twice. And Toastmaster Mihzabin used it once. So there are a few good sentences like quote, Toastmaster Debashish Bhomik mentioned, leaders are pain takers. This was the best sentence for me. Now, there were a few grammatical errors I would like to mention. First, one speaker said, choose this theme, as this was a past action, so it should have been chose this theme. Then one speaker mentioned Toastmaster is a platform by which we can improve. Actually, there was a prepositional error that should have been Toastmaster is the platform from which we can improve. Then our members delivering, since it denoted a future action, so it should have been our members will be delivering. Then there was we called it should have been we call it according to the sentence flow. Then there was it is stuck in my mind, but it should have been it got stuck in my mind. Then there was outside of your ability. So when we use ability, we don't say outside of our ability, we can use beyond our ability. It sounds more sound. Then someone mentioned, why didn't I write in why should I written? There was a pronunciation error. It should have been written. One speaker mentioned airlines organization. So when we mention this such word, we basically prefer authorities instead of organization. So the correct form should be airlines authorities, not organization. There was another word, started to come. It should have been started coming or popping up into my mind. One speaker mentioned brightest side. It should have been bright side or sunny side. Another speaker mentioned my mind totally calm. So when we mention calm, we don't make it past with ed. It should have been totally calm. One speaker mentioned I am not go into that situation. It should have been I am not going into that situation. Then someone mentioned hard working. Actually, hard doesn't work. It actually functions. So we could have used heart functioning. Then one speaker says, your heart will be beaten. It should have been like, your heart will be beating, as he denoted a future possibility. Then someone says, you are gonna be very good heart. So it should have been like, you are gonna be having a very good heart. Then someone mentioned short amount of time. It should have been short duration of time. We don't use amount with time. We use duration. Then someone says person who are, as this was a plural action, so we can use people are instead of person are. Then someone says change one thing in the history. So we can change in the history. It should have been change one thing from the history. Someone says who tries. It should have been tries. It tries because it was singular. Another thing, which is your favorite hero? It should have been who is, because singular action. We come out of a lockdown area. It should have been we came out of a lockdown area. Someone said everybody loves to join, as this was first action, so we could have used everyone loved joining instead of to join. And finally, it was kudos for you. It should have been kudos to you. And finally, kudos to each of you. That was all from my side. Over to you, Sir General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nusrat Mihzabin. I'd like to request you to give me the written report so that I can publish my next book in next book fair, hopefully, on English grammar. So it was so detailed, a lot of mistakes usually we do in our regular life. Truly speaking, as I publish books on every book fair, so that would be added version. Thank you very much. So now let's evaluate our whole meeting today as general evaluator. It is my also responsibility. Let's start with Sajid Ram. So meeting started 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late. So 2 minutes, precious 2 minutes from, 20 people's life. See, 2 minutes. Hopefully our next meeting will be started on time, just 7:30 p.m. Let's see what happens. Then Sajid Ram's invited presiding officer. It was well intro. Thank you very much. Presiding officer introduced the guest. That was wonderful. So president was fabulous today with his role and invited Toastmaster of the evening in a proper manner. And Toastmaster of the evening today today she made the history as first time in Toastmaster role, and she did it. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. You explained the things, and you forgot a little bit things that you forgot to mention the changes on the agenda. So if you could have mentioned it, so other role takers could have taken the role. No. So in future, there are certain roles of Toastmaster at the beginning. Revealing the theme of the day, then talking about the meeting formats for the guests and others, and finally mentioning the agenda. Thank you very much. But you introduced General Evaluator in a rightful manner. Thank you. General Evaluator and his team did fabulous job. I do not want to talk about Table Topic Master. So in the beginning, Table Topic Master's responsibility is to grab the attention of the speakers by mentioning the purpose of the table topics. So that is a kind of custom. And today, Table Topic Master forgot that. So hopefully in future, he will keep in mind. Overall, if I ask you, how was the meeting? Definitely, it was a wonderful meeting, of course. So with that note, I would like to hand over the session to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar. Toastmaster Dipti Sarkar.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. A huge round of applause for our today's General Evaluator, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jami. Now, I have to open the poll for votes so that can give their voting. So I will give 1 minute, 2 minutes for this vote. 2 minutes will be okay?
1 minute will be okay.
Okay. 1 minute will be okay. Okay, it is start. So keep voting, everyone, please.
So,
I think time is over now.
Yes, we are ending within 5 seconds. 5, 4.
I'm not able to vote.
You are
as I'm host.
Yes, you're the co-host. That's why you cannot vote. So, thank you very much. I am sharing the result. Yeah, Toastmaster of the evening, please continue.
Yes, today our best speaker, Toastmaster Saidur Rahman, and our best evaluator, Mehdi Hossain, Toastmaster Mehdi Hossain. Best table topic speakers, we had 6 table topic speakers, and Toastmaster
Jamal, you are not audible.
He was the best table topic speaker and best role taker, grammarian and Toastmaster table topic master. is tie between grammarian and table topic master. Congratulations, all of you. Now I would like to request our presiding officer and president of our club to close. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Evening, for your fabulous job. Thank you very much. We do have a guest today from for the first time in our meeting, as well as from other clubs. We are lucky that our division director, very own, recently elected division director, has joined our meeting. We'll be listening to him as well. So first, I would like to ask Jason. Jason, yes, he's a
Thank
member
you.
of Brazil Toastmaster Club. So would you please shortly, briefly say how was the meeting and what's your opinion?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm really happy to be here and I'm really grateful to Jami Bhai for giving me the great opportunity to be a part of this meeting. Thank you so much everyone, and I really enjoyed the session and I really enjoyed the speech of Mr. Saidul. It was fantastic, and the speech of Debashish and the facilitation of Deepti Sharkar was absolutely stunning. And I really enjoyed the whole session, and I'm looking to join in this club next time.
Wow, great. Thank you very much. So do you have credit card or you want to use ours?
No, I have credit card of mine.
That's great.
Thank
That's
you so
great.
much.
So day after tomorrow, our VP membership will communicate with you. Thank you very much, Jason Bhai, for joining our meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We do have a guest from India. So she is Nigam, Toastmaster Nigam. Could you please show yourself and say a few words? How was the meeting? Because
Yeah, hi, thank you. Though I joined the meeting at a bit late doing when the table topic session was started, but overall I enjoyed the meeting, whatever I attended, and it was a different experience. Like in our club, that is Lucknow Toastmaster Club, we have general evaluation totally at the end, and you had that evaluation after the table topic session. So I like that how the way you manage the time and all. Overall, I enjoyed the table topic session and the reports which were presented in a very detailed manner. So hope to join later also. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you very much. We do have our very own division director, distinguished Toastmaster Gulam Dastakir Johnny. Johnny Bhai, if you are with us, would you please show yourself and give the inspiration to take our clubs in future, because this is our first meeting.
Can you hear me?
Are you with us? I saw
Can you hear me?
Yes, I saw you are coming and going because maybe you are struggling.
Somehow I am facing a problem with internet connectivity. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Jemni, our newly appointed area director for Area Alpha. Congratulations, and I say congratulations to you before 30th. So now you are official area director. Congratulations on that, and we are so happy to get you among us. And thank you so much for inviting me to your meeting. First of all, I noticed for last couple of months, I can say, when we are going through under pandemic, that we are connecting to online meeting from the different part of the world. And the very interesting thing is we can see someone's, our Toastmasters home, their room, their background and everything. That's so interesting that the room they are using to connect. And so the backgrounds, somewhere I see the pictures, somewhere I see the door, somewhere I see the dresses. That is so wonderful, I can say. That is, good part of...
I think we have lost DTM Gulam Dastakir Johnny. Yes, we have lost him for the time being. Nasiruddin Siddiqui from Dhaka North Toastmasters Club, right? So how did you find the meeting?
Well, thank you.
Mr. President, Jamaluddin Jami bhai. Actually, I attended this youth meeting for the first time today, and I really enjoyed the meeting from the very beginning to till now. You guys are really youth in mind, and you actually showed the enthusiasm and passion that needs to make a meeting successful. And I saw all the prepared speaker, even all the role player, auxiliary role player, they are doing their job tremendously well. So I would like to actually join more meetings in the coming days. And all the very best to Bangladeshi Toastmasters Club.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Waidullah Sheikh, how did you find the meeting? You just roam around all the clubs in Bangladesh.
Thank you so much. Well, the meeting was really very good, and especially the evaluation part. I was able to attend the evaluation part mainly.
Okay.
When I joined, it was only the table topic session was at its end. So I wanted to participate in the table topic session, but did not have the chance to do so since I was late. And I really hope that next time I shall participate in the table topic session. As far as the evaluation session is concerned, it was wonderful. Everybody gave wonderful evaluation, and you have always been one of the best evaluators till date. And yeah, one thing that I was thinking about the table topic session, which one of our table topic speakers said from India, that she wants to invent the vaccine in which vaccine or some kind of medication in which she would be able to see or read someone else's mind. As far as my personal opinion is concerned, I think that is not a very good idea. We do not require to read someone else's mind, because if we keep doing that, we will never be at peace. Think about it, like husband and wife can read each other's mind. Do you really think that would be a very good idea?
We'll have another debate on that issue. Thank you, Waidullah Sheikh.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We are lucky that we do have a president from Shona Bangla Toastmasters Club, and he is Toastmaster Saiful Islam. Toastmaster Saiful Islam, you joined our meeting very beginning, so you observed the whole meeting. Do you have any opinion to say? Yeah, please. Do you have anything to say? Toastmaster Saiful Islam, are you with us? Please unmute first.
Hello everyone. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are perfectly audible and visible.
Actually, I'm sorry I didn't understand what you said for the last few seconds. So would you repeat, please?
Yes, you observed our meeting, and how did you find the meeting? Just say something.
Well, I find that this meeting very interesting. I enjoyed the meeting all through from the beginning. I started a little late, so I could catch up I think at least 70% of the meeting. And thank you for inviting me in this meeting. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. So anyone has anything to share? Murad Bhai, it is your first meeting, and after joining Toastmasters community, and you observed the whole meeting. Murad Hussain, and hopefully you will get everything by next meeting to take roles, including your icebreaker. So how did you find the community? Murad Bhai, could you please unmute yourself and say something? Yeah.
Hi everyone, good evening. This is Mohammad Murad Hussain, Senior General Manager, HR, Admin and Compliance at local number 1 paint plant in Bangladesh, the Elite Paint and Chemical Industries Limited. It's my pleasure to be here. I thoroughly enjoyed the session, and hopefully in next session I will also participate like you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for joining. And we are sorry that we couldn't give you flowers to have a formal induction program. Hopefully after 3-4 months, whenever we'll have time to meet physically, we will accept you with flowers and other things. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you in advance.
Our division director is trying to connect with us. Still, he's struggling with net. So with that note, let's finish our today's meeting. Our next meeting will be held as all the members are here. Division is going to organize TLI this month. This is maybe for 18th or 17th July. So date will be announced. So please mark your calendar, and all the members as well as EXCO members are requested to join. You will learn a lot of things from there. And that is also obligatory for EXCO members to join. Our next meeting will be held on next Friday, 10th July. Would that be any problem?
Yeah. It will be a bit difficult for me to join on Friday as I have classes that day till 6:30.
Why
and
not
after
Saturday? Next Saturday will be okay. Yeah, next Saturday there will be district TLI 11th and 12th. That is why. Okay, next Saturday 11th and 7:30. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Thank you everyone for joining in. Good night to everyone.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jason bhai.
Good night.
Welcome. Most welcome. Bye.
Everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Taposh bhai, prepare your speaker speech as early as possible and deliver. Oh, I did not ask Mahbub. Mahbub, so have you got something from the meeting?
Thank you, Jami bhai. First of all, you invite me, and I found lots of positivity and lots of learning from this meeting. Like from first speaker to last evaluation, I found everyone is so much enthusiasm, and the grammarian and the all evaluator show the improvement portion very positively, that inspiring the evaluator. So this is very, very positive.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz, everyone.
Okay.
Allah
Assalamu alaikum.